Hey, Barbara. Hey, Donnie. Thanks for
Hey,
joining us live.
hey, Caitlin.
All right. Well, today I'm going to be sharing four things we included in a single piece of copy, of content that got one of our clients $28,000 in med spa revenue from a single post. It is absolutely possible for your content to generate revenue, not just a place to post funny memes or push your retail or do your little TikTok dance. All of those things are great and fun. But today I want to talk about creating content that is going to generate you revenue. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to follow shiny new trends that pop up, right? You really just need to keep things simple and really become a student of the game, because it is a skill set for sure. And I can speak from experience in my own journey with content and how it's evolved really like over a decade period of time. And it is absolutely a skill set that for some comes very natural. And for others, it can be learned. So first, I want to be really clear and make sure that we're on the same page with the difference between creating content that is viral versus creating content for conversion, right? And conversion can mean a couple different things, but you're going to be wasting a lot of time, a lot of money chasing trends that doesn't move the needle or ultimately achieve the end goal, right? Of why you are spending this time, this money, this energy on content. So if you're after platform growth, viral content is great and it's fun, right? But if you are after conversions, sales, really achieving a specific call to action that you want your audience, your client, your patient to take after they see your post. For example, schedule an appointment, join a membership, RSVP for an event, buy a package, right? Then you have to really be focused and intentional, get clear on articulating how you solve a significant problem that they have, right? You make their life better, right? You move them away from pain, or you move them towards pleasure, right? Towards reward, and achieve that outcome that they are looking for. Because that's what humans are all about, right? We're either trying to get away from pain or we're trying to seek pleasure. So always keep that in mind. Now, you can do that in a million different ways, but there needs to really, I'd love to see you apply the strategy that I'm going to share with you, and that really pairs conversion content with high value nurturing content, right? Because I like to use Gary Vee's example. Have you read his book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook? In giving value, give, right? And so every once in a while, when you ask for a sale, right, then like it's great. It's huge. You convert, right? But if you're just selling all day, or you're just posting promotional offers or sales or buy, right? Product at a price, then they're going to tune it out, right? Unless they're right in the immediate need or market for that. However, when you are nurturing, educating, storytelling, following the framework that I'm going to share with you, not only do you serve the audience or the patient clientele that are in the market right now to buy, but you also create opportunities as well, right? That they didn't even know that they wanted it or needed it. And when you serve both of those audiences, that's when you're going to get great results. That's when your content is actually going to get you results, because we've all been there where we've spent a lot of time, money, and energy creating content and not getting much back in return. Not sure if it is making us money, not sure if it's getting appointments, right? Not sure why we're not getting clicks and comments. I still have those challenges to this day, and those little devils on my shoulder speak to me, right? But I always come back to this simple framework. So let's break down the four parts that generated one of our clients $28,000 in revenue for their med spa from a high ticket service, right? From this one single post. And this was not a paid advertising effort. This was an organic post, all right? So, and it's really simple. I'm not going to tell you anything that is like rocket science, but you have to follow the framework. You can't skip parts of it. You have to show up. You got to do the work. You got to be a student of the game. So let's break this down. So the very first thing is to identify the target market's pain point, right? So who are you speaking to? Are you speaking, and get real specific. So this is one of my pet peeves when I'm speaking to an aesthetic practice owner, and I want to talk to them about who is it that you really serve, that your dream patient is, right? They say, 18 to 60 plus, right? And while of course you want all of those patients, at the end of the day, it's too far of a spread, right? So who do you super serve, and what are those pain points, right? There is an esthetician in Dallas that, to me, she's like the end all be all when it comes to acne and serving that patient population. And she really, all of her content kind of speaks to that, right? Could she help women with anti-aging? Absolutely. And I'm sure she has plenty of clients that she helps with their anti-aging, but she is known for and speaks to the pain points of acne 90% of her content, right? And so you really have to understand the pain points of who you are serving, telling those stories, making sure that they understand that you've been on the journey start to finish with that specific problem area, pain point, that you can give them the result that they are looking for, okay? So that they need to know that you understand them. Next, number two is you need to position yourself as a true thought leader, a true expert in your industry, right? And this is, again, where I really think that you got to get specific, right? Because when you try to be all things to all people, then you're nothing to none. And that is the worst feeling ever, right? If you're sprinkling things everywhere. So you have to tell people what makes you different, why they should choose you. Because otherwise, this is when you're attracting just like price shoppers and, tell me how much your price per syringe is. Tell me how much your cost per syringe is. Oh, well, I can get that same exact treatment down the street for $200 less, okay? When you know why you charge what you charge and should be paid what you are asking for. But if you don't tell them, all they're going to look at is pricing that is really apples to oranges, right? But if you start telling people why they should choose you, then those price conversations really go away, and you start attracting the people that's going to pay for your value. So some examples of sharing what potentially could make you a thought leader or real leader in your industry, right? Are you the trainer of the trainers, right? Do you train the providers? Do you have your own academy? Are you in clinical trials? Are you a key opinion leader? Do you have a proprietary technique that is known, right? There's just so many little things that you have to figure out what makes you different and special, and then speak to that, right? Number 3, how do you uniquely fill a gap in the market? Because again, guys, we're in the beauty industry. Everyone has neurotoxins and fillers and devices and lasers and body contouring. And I know we don't need to get into, what's the best technology and this and that, right? But you need to be able to tell people how, again, bringing it back to why they should choose you, how you're uniquely filling a gap in the marketplace. So examples could be you only do evidence-based treatments or services or devices, right? FDA approved, evidence-based, you're more science and medical, okay? Maybe that you are all about, rather than augmenting and altering the appearance of your patients, that you really specialize in volume loss and creating a really natural look and refreshed look, right? Doesn't that sound more detailed and intricate versus like, oh, we're all about natural beauty here, right? Get into the specifics. Or maybe you're the complete opposite. Maybe you're like, we make babes look like Kylie Jenner all day long. Come here if that's what you're looking for. And there is a market for that, right? But you have to decide the unique market that you want to really fill the gap on at the end of the day. And the final thing is you have to ask for the sale. You have to tell them what it is that you want them to do, right? Do you want them to schedule an appointment? Do you want them to call? Do you want them to RSVP for an event? Do you want them to attend a webinar? Do you want them, the list goes on and on and on and on. But you have to tell them what you want them to do. Otherwise, and you have to make it easy for them to do that. Otherwise, it's life gets busy, right? And let me think about it. So make sure that you ask for the sale at the end of the day. Ask for the commitment, ask for the appointment, ask for the RSVP, and make it super simple. Okay, so speak to their pain points all day long and be a storyteller with it, right? It's so much more than just hitting the checkpoints of what problems you solve, just not fine lines and wrinkles, age spots, volume loss, like, okay, no doubt, right? Everyone is saying that. But what I'm saying is be a storyteller of the problems that you solve and how it can drastically improve a person's life. And then you need to position yourself of what makes you different, special, why they should choose you, who you're really serving, and then ask for the sale. All right. So at the end of the day, viral doesn't equal conversions. Okay. But strategic marketing really does. Now, there's a time and place for viral content and going on there if you want to do a little TikTok dance and whatnot. My team always tries to get me to be a little bit more fun and entertaining, but the good portion, probably 90% or more, is me speaking on my expertise, right? The problems that I can solve and what I am really feeling the gap and offering to the medical aesthetic industry at the end of the day. And you'll also notice that I'm not like selling often, right? My husband says I'm selling my content, my education, because I'm just so passionate about people applying these best practices, because I know that it's going to make them more successful in their medical aesthetic practice at the end of the day. But you want to create content that is really valuable for people, because most people, they don't have an algorithm problem, they have a content quality, the quality problem. So if you follow my simple 4-part framework and learn how to create really killer hooks to engage people, whether in writing or within like the first couple seconds of a video, and you're able to get their attention immediately, you're winning, right? And you want to pay attention to your visuals. This is where presenting your brand is absolutely a part of the package. You'll notice with me that I try to do a photo shoot every 3 to 4 months. I try to present myself nicely on camera and in film, because it's all part of the package, right? And then finally, just practice, hit them with consistency, and then pay attention to what works and what doesn't work. And you don't get better. You're not going to get better until you just do it, until you commit to it, and you do it over and over again, and you just constantly make tweaks and fine tune. But you have to watch what performs well for you. You have to really pay attention and what doesn't, right? And really analyze those results of your content, and then create what really resonates with people. That's what gets your phone ringing, what gets your patients asking you questions in the consultation room. And then you can just fine tune from there. All right. If you loved this training, make sure you share it with your team or another med spa that could benefit. You can watch the replay on my YouTube channel, and to get access to more free trainings that will help grow your med spa, visit my link tree and my social media bio, and join me live every Wednesday, 2:30 Central Time, same time, same place. Find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.